Hi guys, it's JJ Halloween, and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing, setup, demo, and review of Spirit Halloween's 2025 Fire Demon. So, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so the first part of the unboxing is to lay the box on the floor, because there will be a slide-out tray to pull out of the box. Alright, we've got it now. Now, one thing I've mentioned in previous videos of animatronics this year, Spirit Halloween started doing more durable boxes so that the box will last longer and it's easier for repackaging. Alright, so here are all of our parts. We have the baggie with instructions and clothes, both of his arms. We have his chest piece, which is a very hard plastic, which is really nice. This Fire Demon is outdoor rated, so he should have some pretty good quality pieces so it can withstand the weather. Here's one of his horns. Here's the other horn. Here we have both of his hands, which looks super awesome. And when I saw this guy in person, he is absolutely huge. Here's the adapter. We have the fire light. Let's see what else I can get out of here. A lot of the stuff is zip tied down. One thing I can get out right now is his head, so I guess we should check it out. Alright, here we go. Take off this, and there it is. Yeah, this looks awesome, and it's really, really big head. I'm gonna grab some scissors and cut some of these zip ties in here. And the one thing I like about this guy is, even though he's a huge prop, he does not actually have too big of a box, which is really nice. So it'll be easy for storing. And I'm getting some of these last zip ties cut in here so we can take a look at the rest of the parts. Alright, so I can get some of this out. There we go. Alright, we have his shoulder piece and the main mechanism. We have some more zip ties, but some of the last parts in here are the base, some metal poles, and then the control box with the hip piece with the control box. Alright, so I'm actually going to take all of these parts out of the box and then we can head to the setup. Alright, so the first part of the setup is to lay the base on the ground, and then you're going to take the two poles labeled B and snap lock them into the base. Now, after you snap lock both of those in, there's going to be these support pieces that you're then going to slide into the poles to help stabilize the whole animatronic to the base. And in the adapter box, there's going to be a baggie that has cotter pins in it. And you're going to take those cotter pins out, and you're going to slide it around the support piece so that they stay in place. So after putting in those cotter pins, you're going to take the poles labeled C, and these will also snap lock into the B poles. And then we will take his torso piece labeled D, or the waist piece, sorry, labeled D, and snap lock this to these poles. And so far the setup is not too bad. We're now going to take the piece labeled E, which has his torso and mechanism, and this will snap lock on top of the piece labeled D, and he's getting already really tall. We can now take the white, actually, before we grab this white cloth, let's take this part labeled F, and we're going to put this into the fork connections right here. And now we can take the white cloth, and you're going to want to find the end that has more of the Velcros. You're going to undo the Velcros, and then you're going to put this around the metal piece part that's labeled F that we just placed on by just putting the Velcros around it like this. And after Velcroing the white cloth on the top of him and all the way down, you're going to take the piece that's labeled J, that is the light, that creates the fire effect, and this will just rest right there. And we can come back here and attach the wire for the light if you wish to do that now. We're then going to take the shoulder piece, and this will go on to the top of the frame. Get this to go in. What's there? All right, boom. Now we have the shoulder piece on. And after the shoulder piece is on, we're going to grab his head and take both of the horns, and let me make sure that both the horns are the same. So both the horns are the same, so it doesn't matter which side you put it on, but you're going to take the horn and place it on the top of his head. Both of them, the horns are labeled P, and they just snap into place. We can then place his head up on top of everything, and it'll snap lock into place. This guy is absolutely huge. Now, after snap locking on the head, you're going to take the black piece of clothing that is more thin. You're going to unvelcro it, and you're going to put it around his body like this. So I can get it around. And then there'll be a Velcro in the back for you to attach. Just like that. And I believe that is now in place. So after Velcroing this black piece all throughout the body, you're going to take his main piece of clothing and you're just going to drape it around him like this. And we can get to adjusting it later, but just for now we're just going to get it on and over his body. And right here in his left arm, there's the sensor. If I can find it, here it is. The sensor is right there, so you might want to plug in that wire right now while you have access. All right, the next step is to take his arm, and this one is labeled H. His H arm will be his left arm. So we will pull this up, and you probably can find it right here. Yep. And find where the connection goes. And we will place it in to the fork connection. See if we can get it to go. And after the arm labeled H is on his left side, the arm labeled I will be going on his right. So it may be easier actually to slide it through here, and then you can attach it with the fork connection by his shoulders. And this one is a little bit higher. We can get it in. There we go. All right. We are nearing the end of this setup. We're now going to take these cloth pieces that are used to cover up his arms, and the side that has Velcro should be closer to the hands. So we're just going to slide this over like this and come over to this side. Make sure that the side that has the Velcro is by his hands, and we will slide this one over as well. We can now take his hands, and the hand labeled N will be his right hand. I can find where this goes up here. And then I'll twist it to find the right spot. And then it'll snap lock into place. We can then take the hand labeled M, and this one will go in and snap into place. We are almost done with the setup now. We're going to take the Velcro on the sleeve that we placed on, and that's going to go on the bottom side of his hand. And we'll do the same over here on this side, putting it at the bottom side of his hand. And then we can take his clothes like this and attach the Velcro at the end of his arm sleeve, and that'll go at the top of the hand. So after adjusting his arms and putting the Velcros on, you're now going to take his chest, and there's going to be a fork connection that you can connect through a hole in the clothes right here. And you are going to connect the chest, right, just like that. Now we're actually done with this setup. You can plug in his adapter to at the back, but what I'm going to do right now is attach all his Velcros. He has lots of Velcro throughout here. So there's going to be Velcros to connect over here. There's going to be Velcros to connect to the base. There's stuff to put a hood on him. Just lots of Velcros everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and Velcro him up, or get all the Velcros all situated, get him looking nice and presentable, and we can head to his demo to see what he does. All right, let's head to the demo. All right, so I have done all the Velcros and fixed him up. Let's head to the demo to plug him in for the first time. All right, here he goes. Time to check him out.
I have risen from the dark pit of despair. It burns inside me.
Alright, so there he was, the Fire Demon. So he has a really cool kind of jump scare-ish animation. If you're familiar, a couple years ago, Spirit Halloween released an animatronic called the Black Heart, which had a pretty similar motion with opening the arm, but I think this guy is a ton better. Overall, he's a pretty good prop. He is $310, which is a little pricey, but compared to other props this year, I feel like it's not too bad. With a 20% off coupon, it can really help as well. His look is really awesome. He's outdoor rated, which is always a plus, which for me, I'm going to be leaving him out all season because he's outdoor rated, which is really great. And overall, I'd say he's a great animatronic. So if you're looking to pick this guy up, I'd highly recommend him. And yeah. All right, so there was the unboxing, setup, demo, and a little review of the Fire Demon from Spirit Halloween this year. I hope you all enjoyed, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.